usually around this time of year, I just put something up to say Happy Halloween, but I think at this point that kind of goes without saying. So why don't we just actually talk about something, because this has been on my mind lately, since reading about Riri Williams. She's a new character in Marvel Comics. She's going to be taking over the mantle of Iron Man, the Iron Mantle. That's kind of... Okay, in the comics right now, she's actually called Ironheart. I don't know why they're not just letting her be Ironheart. That's a perfectly acceptable name for a superheroine, but she's actually sort of becoming Iron Man, apparently. You know, this has been something that Marvel has been trying to do for a while now, and it's really great to say that Marvel is trying to increase diversity with more active female superheroes taking the lead, but do they have to hang them all on masculine counterparts? Has anyone else noticed? I mean, look at this. There's Hawkeye, Thor, Iron Man, I guess, Wolverine, Captain Marvel, Spider-Gwen, and Gwenpool 2, I guess. Even She-Hulk is dropping the she and just becoming Hulk. Does anyone else sense a trend here? Don't these characters deserve to be able to make their own names? Why do they all have to be saddled with pre-established identities made famous by men? Like, why not just have Riri Williams be her own character? Why does she have to take over for someone else? Why do any of them? Why do they all have to ride the coattails of guys? That just seems to me to be kind of a disservice to these new characters. Plenty of new superheroes are made nowadays. Well, not really. Actually, Marvel and DC have depended on their legacy characters. It's actually fairly rare, I've found, for them actually to make new characters. And that's a whole other thing. Why don't they spend more time making new characters? Well, it's hard to blame them, I guess, because the old great classic superheroes, Spider-Man, Superman, Batman, Wolverine, it's hard to imagine leaving them behind, and I guess there's only so much space, but if they're going to introduce all these new female characters, let them make their own legacies. Why do they have to be based on guys? That just seems to sort of defeat what they're trying to accomplish by increasing diversity. I mean, I'm not saying that these characters can't be great in their own right. Well, that's exactly the problem. They're not in their own right. They're in someone else's right. Not at face value. They're attached to someone else by virtue of their very name. What's most important is that their stories are well crafted, and I'm sure that the writers will do their best, but let's be honest, it's only a matter of time before the original Thor comes back and becomes Thor again. How does that work anyway? Does he not call himself Thor anymore? I heard he went off and he's carrying an axe right now, and that's just his name. It's not a superhero title, he's just Thor. Whatever. It just seems to deflate the notion of female empowerment when these heroines don't exist by being outgrowths of masculine counterparts. I'd like for them to have their own names and their own titles. Maybe names we've never seen before. That would be novel, wouldn't it? But no, well, that's my bit. I just noticed that, and I wanted to see, because I don't see anyone else mentioning this, and I wanted it to be mentioned, and I used my Halloween video to bring it up, because I've been thinking about this for a while. The new Iron Man. Is she going to be called Iron Man? Because right now she's called Iron Heart. Because Tony Stark takes her under his wing as a protege. So why is she... she's not even in a... I mean, you can't even really call her Iron Woman. Maybe Iron Girl, because she's 15. She's not a grown woman. But if she's that smart, why can't she make her own armor? Why does she have to base it off Tony Stark's... And why can't She-Hulk just be She-Hulk? She-Hulk is a legacy character in her own right. Why does she just have to be Hulk now? They've decided to saddle her with all this trauma and personal issues because, of course, they seem to think that that's going to make her better somehow or more popular, I guess. She's the core of her character is that she's not the Hulk, is that she's lighthearted and well-adjusted, as opposed to Bruce Banner. Jennifer Walters knows how to take care of herself and balance her. You don't need to make her tormented. But they're doing it, like publishers tend to do. Just plug in a fresh infusion of angst. Okay, I've said my piece. I would love for there to be more female superheroes. I just want for them to be nominally different from the guy superheroes, because it's the Batgirl syndrome. Why does Batgirl have to be Batgirl? Why can't she? She was Oracle for a while. Why did she have to go back to being Batgirl? Why couldn't she be Batwoman, for one thing? She's old enough now, right? I can appreciate that in Gotham City, Batman inspires all the superheroes, but then again, Robin's not Batboy. Why couldn't Batgirl have named herself after another flying creature? You got Batman, you've got Robin, maybe make her Peregrine, the Falcon. Batgirl's fine. I preferred her when she was Oracle, but the Birds of Prey. Gotham City has this whole avian theme going. Whatever. Anyway, that said, have a happy Halloween. Don't vote for Donald Trump. I can't believe I have to still say this. I can't wait for the election to be over. And I'm sorry if you support Donald Trump, but seriously, he's just terrible. He's just terrible. Don't say he's the lesser of two evils, because he's really not. He's the worst of two evils. Evil. That's a good line to end a Halloween video on. Happy Halloween!